For today's video, I made an expo guide since it's been super requested. The video is pretty long, so I've added timestamps. Just skip to the gameplay you wanna see. But if you've got time, I'd love for you to watch till the end. Before watching the video, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. Right now I'm playing against a graveyard with giant skeleton. Pretty solid matchup. I'd say around 70-30 for expo. Yeah, but this deck has Empress in it. Plus, with a graveyard curse combo, my archers turn into goblins right away. So I've gotta play carefully. The way to play against this deck is just to keep going aggressive. His deck has a heavy cycle and no big spells, so going aggressive works really well. If the giant skeleton's out of cycles, or even sometimes when it's not, it's pretty easy to break through. Like, just watch the play, you'll get what I mean. I'm gonna go expo here. Knight as well, and log here. He's trying to defend with Berserker and Furnace. And here his giant skeleton is back in his cycle. Pushing here makes him later on giant skeleton, which basically messes up his cycle and gives me a chance to break through. I'm just gonna adjust here. To avoid that, he's trying to cycle while pushing. He probably didn't have the elixir force up, so luckily I managed to defend with just archers. And since he's out of elixir here, I'm gonna push here. And if I place Tess up high, it takes out almost everything really quickly. And finally it locked onto the tower. He used Evos up and killed my expo, but my Evo Knight and archers are still alive, so if I push opposite lane here, it will put him in an even harder spot. And look at the right side, he has to deal with the expo too, which makes it harder for him to defend properly, and I was able to deal huge damage. I think playing a defense by expo is also really effective. I'm gonna fiber. I think it's important to keep pressuring so the opponent doesn't get a chance to break through. Alright, let's head into the next match. The next opponent is against a newbie. He plays Andrew Rocket Cycle. This deck is just such a terrible matchup, since this deck cycles faster than 3.0 expo. Spamming cycle doesn't help at all. So against the first cycle like this, you should go for fireball cycle instead. Obviously, he's trying to get cheap with Durier. Putting Tesla in front of the tower like this means he can Durier here for damage. He has to play it somewhere else. If he tries that, I just wait for the Durier to pop and then drop Knight. Easy defense. I put an exposure here since I had a Knight to tank, thinking he might not be able to rocket, but he defended well. Still, the Knight got one hit on the tower. If you keep defending Druid perfectly like this and have the spare elixir to play a fireball, Druid right away, you'll build up a damage lead. He's pushing again. With our Druid in this spot, I can defend it using just a Tesla in front of the tower. So I'm gonna go log here. I'm gonna squeeze against the fire spirit. I've already got about 500 damage lead. Going into double now, but when you've got about this much of a lead, there's one thing you gotta be careful of. Basically, he could go drill plus rocket together to catch up on damage. If he does that, I don't wanna push, but if I played a fireball before, I'd be behind on elixir, and since drill plus rocket eats up so much elixir to defend, my push would just get shut down anyway. Here's where Evernight helps player free fireball, then drop expert to pressure him hard. Little by little, the damage lead is starting to go my way. Since he might predict my export, I'll place it on the right. Okay, he wasted rocket on defense, so I'm gonna go fireball. He's playing a fire spirit on the left and a drill on the right. I don't even know what this guy is trying to do. I'm up by 1000 damage, so this is probably when he will start playing rocket. I'm gonna spirit and log here. Another rocket on defense. I don't know what he did, but I can push again. He might defend with cannon, so I'll play a knight in front. And archers and a spirit are here. I immediately play Tesla on his cannon to force that retarget. During his last push, the berserker got to my tower and I took a lot of damage. I'm gonna play another expo to pressure him so he can use the rocket. But he did. Since he just used the rocket, I'll cycle quickly and play Explorer away. I'm just gonna knight to block the bomber and the cannon. Got shut down super easily by Evo Snowball. But I can go with the Evo Knight. He finally played a rocket on my tower. With 30 seconds left, I'll keep pushing while cycling fireballs. And I'm gonna go another X-ball. Nice! Oh my god, what a good chance! Okay. Lock onto the tower, nice. And just like that, I barely managed to win. I'm BMing back here. He started first. Let's move on to the next match. Alright, he plays Pekka Gobgiant. This next one of those you gotta be extra careful with. Sometimes the opponent drops a Pekka or Gobgiant right from the start. If he has bomber in hand, you should never go in against that. If only cost him 2 elixir to defend, and if you play log or knight to kill it, your push dies and it just turns into a tower turret. So what you should do in that situation is play a defense by expo, then place a Tesla next to it. Always defend Pekka from the inside, not the outside. That way it's an easy defense. Glad he didn't do that. Branded play this time. The Tesla works perfectly here, letting me sneak in some damage, and I'm gonna push again. Since I already played skellies, so it's hard to protect my expo, so I let it go and defend me with archers instead. He immediately used arrows on my archers, so I quickly play Tesla knight up high. He played a Pekka and I didn't have skellies in hand, so this push might not have been the best. Also, on defense, it's probably better to place skellies as far from the tower as possible. If Kaz and Rage come together, you might react too late and they will reach the tower instantly and deal damage. We are in double now. Since he played a Pekka in the back, I'll push right away. He might drop a Gobgiant, so I'll add a Knight too. So his plan here is to put a Knight with Fish Salmon first, then counter push with Gobgiant. Watch now, I place Tesla here, then I kite the Pekka to the right with the Skelly so the Tesla gets maximum value. And I'm just gonna just apply and then split it like this and Skelly as well and log here. This thing looks crazy. I just need to make sure one side doesn't lose the tower and balance my defense well. On the right, I place Evernight. On the left, I use archers against the fisherman, doing whatever it takes to hold the defense. He seems really panicked. He pushed again, even though I've got Evernight and a Tesla already. Nice. Left towers below 600 now, so 2 fireballs finish the game. I think the best way is to just defend well until double elixir, and once it hits, keep up the pressure. In single, if he plays Pekka in the back and there's no bomber and you are not behind on elixir, then it's actually a good time to push. Alright, his deck is Hog Freeze. This is definitely a good matchup for me, so he's mad. But there are a few things you need to watch out for. I'll explain them as we go through the gameplay together. First, make sure to push when you have archers on the field like this. Honestly, his deck is full of tanks, so if you just play Knight against them, they will break through, counter push, and take your tower. But if you already have archers on the field, they will support the Knight in taking down tanks, making it way harder for him to counter. I just made a defense cheap, so now I've got enough to push again. I couldn't do anything about minions, but I still managed to get big damage. Tip against Hog Freeze: don't drop Tesla too early. If he pushes with Hog plus Freeze, your Tesla just gets frozen and it's useful. So just cycle with the other cards. If Tesla gets frozen, always drop X-Ball up high to kite the Hog. He played a Skelton King in the back, so I'll watch it how he plays. He played a witch behind the Skelton King, and that could be trouble, so I'll fireball early. Having built up this much damage, as long as I respond properly to his plays, I should be able to avoid any trouble. Like I said earlier, I won't play Tesla early, I'll cycle with other cards instead. He pushed with the Hog and minions, so I'll place Tesla low and a fireball as well. Evil Knight is still up, so I'm gonna go Expo here. With the Evil's up, with Dap out of his hand, so Archer's out of reach. Unfortunately for me, he had a Evil Valkyrie already, so the Archers weren't able to shine. Tesla placement is key. Always drop it in the middle. If it's even slightly off to either side, things can do really bad. Because of his Evil Valkyrie, I took some damage from Hog Rider. Can't push here cause I don't have a Knight, so I'm just gonna play defensive Expo. Honestly, without a Knight, breaking through is almost impossible. This Expo has to be super annoying for him, since he doesn't have a big spell. There's nothing he can do about it. Since the Expo's still about half alive, I'll play the Tesla up high to put on pressure, and I'm gonna go Expo on the right hand. I'm gonna Knight here, Hog jumped the river, so Expo switched and lock onto the tower. He's saying good game and he gave up. This was a free matchup, but I think there were still a few things to learn. Let's move on to the next one. He's playing a Ram Rider with Lightning. His cycle is really heavy, so if you keep positioning, it will get tough for him. I'm pretty sure one of the cards in this deck got nerfed, but since you still see it often, I think it's worth watching this gameplay and learning from it. It's still early, but since he's already pushing, I wanna counter right away. But he played a boss bandit from the back, and since I don't have my knight, I'm gonna start with defense. Okay, I'm gonna e-spirit here. Okay, I'm gonna knight and archers and log as well. That's good defense. I've got archers and since he doesn't have a boss bandit in hand, I'm gonna go expo here. He took out my archers with a royal ghost. He even played a Ram Rider. I don't understand how he has that much elixir. I don't feel confident defending with Tesla. I'll use Fireball to make sure I stop it. To be honest, it's pretty hard to get an expert to lock on during single elixir. If you force it, you'll probably just take damage instead, so it's better to play safe until double. I'm gonna play E-Spirit to chip away on his tower. And I'll place the Tesla low because there's a risk it could get taken out by the boss bandit. And a Skelton here. He popped his ability, so the tower switched to the executioner, making the defense super easy. In this situation, the boss bandit usually beats the knight, but since he still has one more dash left and might jump back, I'll play archers in the back and take care of her once she comes onto my side. Since the evocationer can get really annoying later on, I'm gonna play Evertess up high to deal with it. But I forgot that Evertess switches target, so it changed from the target. And now the counter push is crazy. Since the Evert snowballs knocked the back, I'm gonna play Spirit like this to pull the target, and also play Archers to help out. Even though he had a huge elixir, I still managed to defend and even activated my King Tower. He pushed again, but since I've got Tesla back in the cycle, I'm gonna play Tesla Pi. He played a Ram Rider and I even played the Barb Rider, so I think this is my chance to break through. I've got Knight and Archers on the left, so that lane should be fine. I'm gonna go Expo on the right. He defended with Executioner and Ram Rider, so I'll play Evertess against them and switch their target. And he played a Snowball and still has Knight on the field. I'm gonna go another Expo on the left. Little by little, he's getting more and more pressured. The Evertess came in clutch at the end. His elixir should be completely drained, so I'm gonna Fireball right away to take out the Executioner as fast as possible. I managed to deal around 2000 damage all at once. Unless you are about to take huge damage, it's best to place Tesla in the middle. If you press it up high, it can get taken out by boss bandit or barbar. Even if they lightning it, you can defend with knight or log. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I'm playing against RG with Furnace. He played a Furnace in the back, but unluckily for me, I didn't have Fireball in cycle, so I played Tesla instead. Honestly, Expo just won't connect during the single elixir. So basically, until double elixir, it's better to focus on chipping with fireball and playing defense. Bro, I thought the tower was targeting the fire spirit. I don't think there will be any big plays until double elixir if he plays a royal giant. That's my chance to get X-Ball to connect. I'm gonna log here. The log was terrible, but I managed to defend this. Basically, pressing a Tesla like this should be fine. It's gotta be super annoying for him. I don't know why he played Furnace on the left end, but I'm gonna fireball to chip away. I'll tank the fire spirit once with the skeletons and then defend with Tesla after that. Here comes his first royal giant. I'm gonna spirit here. No! I played a log, but this carry still slipped through. I took damage from something stupid again. Still, I've got the damage lead, so it should be fine. I'm gonna fireball here to chip away. The damage gap open up again. I'm gonna log here, bruh. No! Once I came, I missed my log, and the skeletons got through. The play was really bad. I can fireball here again. He played royal giant in front. The fisherman is guaranteed to fall. And even if I play archers, he will just fireball them and still get tower damage in situations like this, cycling Tesla like this in this position. Plus, since it's an evil royal giant, skeletons get wiped out instantly. He finally realized I've just been chipping with the fireballs, so now he's starting to pressure on the right lane. Yeah, and I'll play my archers like this, so they are out of fireball range. I'm gonna play knight on the barbed barrier to keep my archers safe. The only spell he has to hit my tower is fireball, so he can win a spell cycle. That's why he's desperate to get royal giant on my tower. As long as I defend that well, I've got that win. Dropping a defense X-Ball out of fireball range is also a solid play. I pushed here, but honestly, defense X-Ball would have worked too. I don't put much elixir into this X-Ball. The purpose is simply to bait out various cards from him, which makes my defense much easier afterward. Always fireball and evil furnace, no matter what. Otherwise, it can cause a big trouble, and we are now in triple elixir time. He played a royal giant from the back, so I'm gonna go X-Ball on the opposite lane. I need to place Tesla earlier here, cause if I don't, by the time he pushes again with another royal giant, my second Tesla won't be in cycle. Another RG coming in, but I've already got my second Tesla back in cycle, so even if this ever Tesla breaks, no worries. Managed to hold without Tesla, but if he had fireballed my ever Tesla, that would have gone way differently. This is his last push, but with Tesla, Knight and archers set up like this, and there's no way he's breaking through. The furnace version of royal giant doesn't have much damage power, so as long as you play Tesla and chip away with the fireballs, you pretty much win. Alright, let's move on to the next match. The deck he's playing is Graveyard with the Knight, but unlike the training version this season, it doesn't include Furnace. Instead, he's playing Empress. Against the Empress, it's really important to defend properly with the Knight or something, because it's each hit and does massive damage. He went for branded with that graveyard, so I'm gonna play Tesla and ignoring the rest to counter push. I played just an E-Spirit and he overcommitted with Knight, Poison and Bomber. That means he's definitely low on Elixir, so I punished with Knight and Archers at a bridge to grab damage. I'm gonna Archers like this. I'm gonna log here. Nice! And I'm gonna Spirit and he's got his Knight back in cycle, so by adding skeletons I can take it out right away. My archer is still alive. I took a lot of damage from the last graveyard, but I did even more in return. Overall, I'd say it was a good trade. And since he just played his knight, he's got no tank right now. That means I wanna push again. He played Empress in the back left, so I'll push on the right. Now I predict a bomber with Evonite, but since my Xbox placement was slightly off, it failed to target. I don't have a tank for the Empress, so I'll force the defend with Tesla. Here I wanna push the right tower instead, even though I've already chipped the left more. Going same lane just lets him get value poison. Honestly, since he doesn't have furnace and his cycle is a bit heavy, I can keep pushing a lot. On the other hand, the version with furnace doesn't let you do that. I'd say this matchup is better. I cut his knight out of expo range with my own knight to get the lock, and then use Evo Tesla to deal with the graveyard. I took about 800 damage, but I managed to deal around the same back to him. If you are gonna push, don't go same lane, opposite lane is better. I'm gonna fireball like this. I'm gonna need to catch the barbed water. And I'm gonna log, take it out quickly. Nice. Didn't really predict it, but his bomber and log lined up. So my expo lock onto my tower. I put the Empress aggro with other units and defended graveyard. Clean, perfect gameplay. Let's move on to the next match. This is Furnace Graveyard, the most played deck this season. To be real, you won't beat it. It's just playing standard, but I'll go over some tips and the right way to play it. So use this as a reference. Here's how you play it. When they push one lane, use Fireball to chip the tower while defending the graveyard perfectly. Then play a defense expo or push opposite lane to force out a poison. After that, Fireball the tower again. That's it. Anyway, stick around and you'll see the full gameplay. He went graveyard, but my knight and archers survived. So I'm gonna go expo on the left lane. He even played both Goblin Heart and Furnace. I was surprised. He had that much elixir. This push won't really break through. And since he's got a frost cycle and also he has barbed water, it's really hard to break through. Basically, if you wanna guarantee the win, you just gotta keep cycling fireballs. And against graveyard, you absolutely have to defend it, so even if he uses poison, make sure to play archers then throw up with a fireball. Just gonna drop Tesla here. He's running a lot of tanks, but Tesla handles them, so it's always a solid play. Look, he placed his Goblin Heart outside of fireball range, but that doesn't matter. I'll just fireball the right side. As I expected, he plays the furnace in the back, but I counter with the defense expo. This is not only helps break the Goblin Heart, but also deal with the fire spirit from the Ever Furnace. I'm just gonna scatter here. I ended up taking a little damage here due to bad luck. With the graveyard, the Skelly spawns are totally random, so even a perfect defense can still be influenced by luck. pushing here to keep the pressure up. I'm gonna need to catch the barb butter like this. Since he played the poison on my X-Ball, I'm just gonna fireball on the tower. So good. The fireball was insane. I'm in love. When I go out tonight, I'm in love. And then just like before, I'll play a defensive X-Ball. He's definitely going to play graveyard. No! No way! The damage hurts way too much. But I can still come back from this. I'll go all in on the left to force out his poison. Him playing Ever Furnace there is honestly great for me. He uses the poison on my X-Ball. I get a free fireball. Since he used the poison, I'll fireball the tower to close the damage gap. I don't need to deal damage to the left tower, but I'll push there just to force out a poison, pushing again to keep the pressure on with Tesla. He played a Knight on the right, so he has no choice but to use poison. Yeah, he did. And let's get it here. Nice. He played a Knight already, so my Ever Knight gotta be super annoying for him. I'm gonna go for fireball here. He's gonna furnace, so I'm just gonna take it out with defensive X-Ball. Yeah, he plays graveyard. I'm just gonna arches here. That should be fine. That looks fine. My defensive X-Ball is still alive, so he can really push right now. Oh, he tried to push anyway, but it's an easy hold. Okay, 25 seconds left. No need for defensive X-Ball. Just cycle 2 fireballs and defend the clean. Fireball. He goes for one last push here, but because poison comes after graveyard in his cycle, the damage won't land quickly enough to matter. I'm gonna go fireball and manage to clutch the win. It's a super simple way to play, so I'm sure you guys can do it to try it out. Alright, let's move on to the next match. The next opponent is 2.6 cycle. This matchup used to be about 50-50, but even since Ever Cannon came out, I just don't really work anymore. In this matchup as well, the game plan is to keep cycling fireball like this. I'll keep pushing without going for defensive X-Ball. I'm gonna log here. Since his cycle is really fast, sometimes I can't get my Tesla down for the second hog. In that case, I defend by placing that X-Ball up high. If he pushes with Ice Golem plus hog, drop the X-Ball low instead. Either in log or scaries, and even if he plays a fireball, you can still defend it. He played a Ice Golem, so I'm gonna go X-Ball here. Now, an important detail here: if I commit too much by playing a Knight or something, I won't have the elixir left to defend against a hog on the left. That's why I place the X-Ball in front of the archers instead. This way, I can keep control without overspending elixir. I didn't have a Tesla in cycle. I defended with fireball. He's definitely got a fireball on my tower. That's why I don't place archers here. I open with a log, so that if he commits to a fireball, I can immediately switch into push. He's not gonna cannon in front of the X-Ball instantly, so I just wait. And I'm gonna Tesla here. Nice. And I'm just gonna arches and a spirit and scary. That's super good. And he's gonna another Ice Golem. He played a tank, so I'm gonna push left now, but I'm gonna lock here. Since I've got Ever Tesla in cycle, I might be able to mess up his cycle or force out a fireball. and I'm going for some damage with E-Spirit. He goes for the Evocana at this point, which is actually really nice for me. And I just keep the pressure going without stopping. I'm just gonna use Evo Tesla and log here. He played a cannon, but the alone can stop the Knight, so he has to drop on Ice Golem too. Then I'm gonna play archers up high and take it out right away. I didn't have a Tesla for the hog on the left, so I'm gonna go Expo up high and turn into a push. And then I'm gonna fireball on the tower. Nice. The Expo survived a bit and managed to get huge damage. At this point, the situation is desperate for him. Fireball cycling won't keep up, so I expected he will come into a last big push. Yeah, he dropped hog and a musketeer just to break the Tesla. And the Evo Tesla is still up. I'm gonna go Expo to keep up the pressure. And hog pushes down the left lane, and I respond with scaries, but the Evo Cannon wipes them out. So I immediately place archers to keep the defense up. Even so, I still took one hit from the hog. If I place Tesla in the middle, he will always snipe it with the musketeer. So I'm gonna play a knight to put the target like this. And I'm gonna scary, and I'm gonna fireball on the tower. He goes for the same push again. I quickly drop my knight, drop archers, and clean it all up. He goes for the same push again, so I do the exact same thing. He played fireball my king tower and he gave up. I think there was a lot to learn from this. If anything was unclear, just let me know. This guy is playing Pig's EQ. To be honest, how you play against this deck really depends on the opponent. For example, sometimes I go for an Expo push in single elixir, and if I predict his cannon by fireball, he can keep up and I get huge damage. After that, I can just cycle fireballs and even it takes the tower. But if that prediction doesn't work, I switch to a different plan. Another way is to play archers in the back to bait out his cannon, then drop a knight behind them. Often he will answer with archer queen, and that's when I go Expo opposite lane. He has no choice but to play royal hogs, and I immediately fireball them to get damage. So yeah, those are the two main ways I break through. Since he played a cannon, I'm gonna go Expo here. I'm ready to fireball right away if he plays royal hogs. If I fireball the cannon right away during the push and the Expo connect to tower, but I thought he might actually get it down this time, so he instantly dropped scaries. He probably knows because I do that against him a lot, so he might have caught on. From that previous counter attack, I ended up taking 500 damage. Going into double elixir, he's definitely gonna quick my Expo, so I'll press it on both lanes and keep fireball the same tower. I think that way I can make a comeback. And I'm gonna go Expo here. He tried to predict my Expo with Archer Queen, but luckily I pressed it for enough away to avoid her. And I managed to catch up on damage. This damage is really huge. Let's wait and see what he plays. Here I play the log and then archers from the back to set up another push. Since there are leftover units on the left getting in the way, I'll push on the right. He plays Archer Queen and the Evo Cannon. He's gonna pop the ability, so I'm gonna defend with E-Spirit and Log. Against Royal Hogs, I'm gonna place Tesla Pie, and since he might predict with a cannon, I'm gonna drop Scaries to block that. I went for X-Ball push since I had archers down, but he predicted with a cannon. My tower is taking about the same damage as his. When it's like this, he will probably push out and get more damage, so I want to pressure the other side instead. This time I didn't go for Fire Berserker, but honestly it really depends on the player and the situation, so the playstyle changes a lot. It's tough. Stopping Royal Hogs with the archers and Evernight. No, oh my god, I need to play Tesla immediately. With Archer Queen on the field, he goes into a 3-card cycle, so another set of Royal Hogs is coming. I need to Fireball and the Spirit to shut down. Totally forgot he had a cannon, and I took some damage for it. I'm gonna log, and I'm gonna play Tesla to break his cannon and a Knight as well. In a situation like this, I wanna press down the right side and chipping damage with the Fireball cycle at the same time. But I've got Evernight here, so it's gonna be really annoying for him, cause there's no chunks, so I'm pushing hard right, and I'm gonna go X-Ball again. Nice, the Evernight tanked under my Scaries, and I just made it into the tower. He's gonna another Royal Hogs, and this is the last approach for him. So I'm gonna play Tesla and Archers, then finish it off with a Fiber to secure the win. In this gameplay, I didn't really go for Fiber Cycle, but I think it gets better if you focus on pushing both lanes and dealing damage with the Fiber or Explorer. Alright, his deck is balanced for his, and the matchup is definitely good for me, but sometimes the E-Drag goes wide and ended up taking a tower. He also has Natter in his deck, which means we need to be extra cautious with us plays. I'm gonna play a Fiber against the Ice Wizard, because his cycle is so heavy. Even if my first Expo doesn't break through, the second cycle often managed to connect successfully. He played a Valkyrie in the back, so I matched it with Knight. He plays a border behind his Valkyrie to try and get some damage, so I need to place a Tesla like this. Since the border hasn't crossed to my side yet, I can easily defend the button with just archers, and right now he doesn't even have a Valkyrie or a border in hand, so I'm gonna go Expo on the left lane. I'm gonna play Skellies and a Spirit. The Skellies was so bad, but it locked onto the tower. He played a Ice Wizard, but I still managed to deal a lot of damage. One thing to keep in mind against this deck is that since it's a balanced deck, you should never place Tesla in the middle. Press it where it can actually put a button. I just take care of it. I drag, then I push again. But here, since he has plenty of tanks, I think it will be an easy defense for him. Yes. He drops border, but I got nothing good to stop it, so kinda waste. But I'm just gonna let it go. Then I'm gonna place Tesla here to activate my King Tower. As I expected, it didn't work. It seems you can only activate when the border is played behind his King Tower or from the inside. But this tip also works well against giant graveyard deck, especially if you manage to activate King against it. It's gonna be GG. I'm gonna go Fireball against the Ice Wizard. Knight goes down on the right, and for the left border, no good cards in hand, so I'm just gonna play a defense by expo to take care of it. He's going crazy on offense, but I just chill and defend it. With Tesla and expo on the field, this should be an easy defense. Just gotta be careful about each drag, then I won't eat heavy damage. Not gonna lie, that was kinda scary, but I pulled off the defense. He's gonna another push. When border comes out of bridge, I gotta place Tesla the moment he crosses. If I'm late, he nattles and take huge damage. Log doesn't help because he's too heavy. Against the button, I place my expo up high to pull it, then take it down with the archers. Since I've got a solid damage lead, I'm gonna play defensive expo like this. For balance, this placement works best, not the middle. If it comes left, it will still get pulled to the expo, and if it comes right, I just drop Tesla a bit to the right. Even if that Tesla goes down, the balance still heads into the expo. I'm not really sure what his push is, but I'll just drop Tesla like this to defend. He just played a balance at a weird spot. I'm gonna fireball like this. E-Spirit stands on the balance, so my expo stays up longer. I'm gonna Tesla Pie and a Knight here, and a E-Spirit, and the log as well. Nice. Was gonna drop Skellies up high, but Ice Wizard shot up, so I played them low. That's gonna be GG. GG! If this video does well, I'll make a part 2. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you! Goodbye!